I'm here with Sunny. She's the filmmaker behind a fantastic short film that's in competition here, The Magic Door. And it really is an amazing film. I've seen it a few times. Congratulations and welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you for making the trek from the West Coast, which I know has been an absolute nightmare for you. The weather's been terrible, so really pleased that you've made it here. As I explained a moment ago, Sunny, if you could just give us just a synopsis of what the film is about, that would be really helpful. Take your time, as long as you like, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah, The Magic Door is talk about the story for Lucy, who is around 9 or 10 years old girl.
Yeah.
She plays with her father, her young father, in the garden. And then they feel tired. They have rest, lie down on the ground, lie down on the grass.
Yeah.
And Lucy just feel, oh, this is boring. So she just look around. She discover a door.
Yes.
And then she goes through this door, and then she discover her old father.
That's right. Yeah.
Who is 15 years old, and she cannot accept that. So she feel really depressed. So she go back through this door, and then she discover she's young father is there, so she make hug to her young father, and this is the basic of the story.
So is the story about, this is my perception of the story, and thank you for that, those moments are special, you know, time goes so quickly, and I mean, perhaps you can tell me why you decided to make the film, and also what you were trying to achieve with the film. What was the concept? Where did it come from? What was the idea?
Okay, the idea is a basic on cherish and losing. I think everybody just worrying about they lose something.
Yeah.
And I think so. If they can cherish everything in their life, so that will be awesome. So this is the basic idea. And I think I go through the point of view of a girl.
Yes.
Who's
amazing. The girl's amazing, isn't she? Well, they're all amazing. Where did you find her?
She.
I mean, she's an amazing look, hasn't she? It's really like striking to look at.
Yeah. Because she worked on my friend film, and then I just talk with her mom. Is she okay to join my film? And she just feel exciting, and we talk about lots about our film, because I'm not a director, but I'm a producer.
Yeah, so you're the filmmaker though. Really, it's kind of your film though, isn't it? To be fair.
Yeah. I talk with her a lot about the basic idea, and I'm also screenwriter about this in this film.
Yes.
So I talk with her, communicate with her, and then she told me a lot of idea about what she thinks about her father.
Yeah.
And then she helps a lot to shape the script, you know. And I can understand what she thinks about the film, and what she thinks about her father, and what she think about the world. So that is the basic idea, you know, like to discover and cherish everything in life.
Yes, definitely. And how did you come up with the idea, I guess? What made you think of this? Is there something that you can relate to in the film?
I really thanks for my father, because it's basically the story. It's the true story in my life.
Right.
Yeah, in my childhood, when my father always play with me in the garden, and she always lie down on the grass on the ground, but I didn't like it. So I just look around and discover everything new. And I discovered a lot of stuff. And when I was grow up, I discovered that my father is turned too old. I feel really depressed because I can't imagine one day my father can turn too old. So that is the idea come from.
And would you mind telling us, I know we spoke very briefly about this, but where you came, you know, how you ended up maybe working in film, and because I think you said you're now studying for 5 years in America, and why did you become a filmmaker? Where was the passion?
When I was really young, the air in China is not that much good, and I cannot join in the outside like activities.
So where did you, were you in Beijing, or whereabouts in China were you from?
I'm from in the middle of China.
Right, okay.
Yeah, but
the air's really not clean, not particularly clean.
It's not mean not clean. It's the air is not like I have allergy with the dust.
A dust allergy, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's not mean the air, so it's my problem.
Right.
Because I have an allergy of dust, so I cannot join in the outside door activities.
Oh, with the other children, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just watch a lot of kind of film. I really like Hong Kong film. I really love American film, and so I think if one day I can be a filmmaker to to make the film which I really like it, that is amazing. So that's why I joined the film, and to be a filmmaker.
So when you said to your parents, "I want to be a filmmaker," what did they say?
They really support me.
Excellent.
They feel.
Because some may say, "Whoa, no, it's a struggle and it's hard," but they were right behind you. Is that correct? They were supporting you.
Yeah. They always support me, and they always support my idea. They always support everything that I can. So I feel really strong about that. I feel happy.
And you love it?
I love it, and
it is an amazing thing if you can do it.
Yeah. I told them I want to be a filmmaker. They say, "Oh, right. So did everything you can, did everything you want." So I came to United States and to be a film student. And I made a lot of films. And right now I'm the producer. Because
this is really well made. We should point this out. This is a really lovely looking film, isn't it? The photography on this is absolutely superb. It's a lovely film. And sorry, so how many films have you made before this?
I produced like 20 to 13 films made before this film.
All shorts?
Yeah, all short films. And I also working a lot of film as a PA or UPM or first AD or sometimes cinematographer.
So you have photographed as well the film.
Yeah, I'm the DP in
No, I know, but yeah, because that must be amazing to shoot the film. So is that something that you want to get more into, the DP? Is that, should ask, what's your favourite part of filmmaking? I like producing. Right, okay. I love producing, so I focus a lot in producing. And I also have some I really interesting about DP, a photographer. Yes. Like cinematographer. Yeah. So that's why I have a challenger, because this film this is my first time to be a DP. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's a lovely look, as I say. And was making this, because I know you've got a lot of experience, obviously as a producer, but actually filming it, actually being the cinematographer for this, did it turn out has it turned out the way that you hoped it would look? So is the look that you wanted initially, or was it better than you thought it would be? What's your overall feeling about the look of the film? I feel happy about the looking about the film, because I want to show really colorful and really like the creative word to everybody. Everything is colorful in this film. It reminds me a little bit actually of like the Wizard of Oz. The look of it, that kind of lovely colour that you've given the film, and that's what it reminded me of, which is a good thing, obviously. But that's that kind of, not just the way it's been photographed, but the whole feel of the film is quite fantastical and it's sort of like an imaginary look to it. And that's was that what you set out to do? Did you storyboard the film?
Yeah, we did a storyboard first, and then we like we did like test first, and then we did a real film.
And what about what about doing a feature film? Not necessarily this. Is that something that you're planning you would like to do?
Yeah, I want to be a producer for a feature film in the future. I feel, I think producer need to understand everything. So,
Yes, definitely.
So that's why I want to try everything that I can right now. And then right now I really focus on producing. I did every producing job, and I feel really happy and really,
Is it stressful?
yeah, it's stressful, but you can find a way to feel happy and to feel exciting. If you made a problem,
Yeah.
and you can fix this problem, and you can feel, oh, you're proud of yourself. You can do it, like you can do it, everything that you can. It's just amazing.
So, I mean, I know. I always say to filmmakers, is it like a drug addiction? And they all say it is. They're like addicted to filming. But now you've got a lot of experience with filmmaking. Do you have the same regime on every film? Do you have, how can I put this? The structure you have, presumably you have a structure. Do you bring the same structure, the same work ethic to every film that you do? So, for instance, I don't know how you do it, and every day you must, do you work off like a plan? How does it work? Because you're now very experienced at making films, so the pitfalls, you can now avoid a lot of the problems and mistakes because of course you now have experience.
Yeah, we always have the production plan, like like as a producer, we always have the schedule. We do the script breakdown first.
Yes.
And then we do the schedule.
Always the same. You always do this with every film, yeah?
Yeah, every same step, but we consider every point is not like every details is totally different about every film.
Yeah.
It's about some film they have they have child, so we should consider how many hours this child can work in this film.
Of course, yeah.
Like that.
Well, yeah.
So every film is totally different. But every step and every process in the film is same. Like we will do breakdown first in the scheduling, budgeting, like that. I feel really challenging in this film because this film is really hard to find the location that we like.
Yeah. How did you work out where to film it? How was it all done?
This is a really super hard film to find the location. I mean,
the look. It's the look, isn't it?
Yeah. We want to find a greenhouse that's maybe located around the city, but it's we didn't find one. So we find a studio, which looks really good, and we build up everything in that studio.
I did wonder, yeah.
Yeah, and the really hard part is for the production design and the DP.
Oh, how long did it take to put that together?
We spent like the pre-production. We spent 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah, for pre-production.
Oh my word! Right.
And we spent like 5 days to do the to do the PD production design work.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty short film, and we should make everything is look like a greenhouse. So the PD just drawing the the diagram and to show, this is what the diagram is. It's you like it or not. So and I just feel really happy as we just brought a lot of fresh flower and a lot of fake flowers.
Yes.
Like lots of flower and grass, like plants.
Yeah.
And we brought that, and we think it's a good way to build up, and then we build up the house, the greenhouse. And for the DP part, I think about we can imitate the light, through the sunlight. So we just imitate lights in the studio.
And ultimately, would you like to stay making films in America, or would you like to make some films in Hong Kong or China? Have you got an idea where you would like to be?
For me, I think I'm open with any films. Like, you know, I love Woody Allen's. I love
Some of them, yeah, some of them are very good.
yeah, you know, and I love Hong Kong film, like all the suspense films are really cool. You know, like I also love Jackie Chan. You
Right?
know,
Who
like,
doesn't?
Yeah.
And what about Korean films? Did you like any Korean films?
Oh yeah, you know, a lot of Korean film just shows a really good way. You know, like I like the storytelling in Korean film.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think.
Oh, we were talking about Old Boy. Have you seen Old Boy?
Oh no.
Oh my boy, that's really, it's tough to watch, but it's a fantastic film. The original, the Korean version, is amazing. And if you like, I mean, that is a real suspenseful film, and it is real, like, to the stomach. You know, it's a real tough one. It's a brilliant film, though. But anyway, sorry, do carry on.
Yeah, and I maybe in the future I can do the collaborations. You know, like combine different country
Yeah.
in the different kind of film, and they can work together, and that they can, maybe I can because I original from China.
Yeah.
I can do the collaboration from China to American or maybe Hollywood.
Yeah.
And like the great word is the really good, really great film about collaborations from Chinese director cooperates with the Hollywood, a filmmaker.
So if you could only do one thing, if someone said to you right now, look, Sonny, you can't be a director and a producer and a writer and a cinematographer. You can only do one thing. What would that one thing be?
Producer.
That's it. That would be the choice.
I have all the passion about producer.
So you said all the wonderful things about filmmaking, but is there something about filmmaking that you don't like? Is there anything about it that is really difficult?
I know. Everything in filmmaking is just amazing. You can just feel love with filmmaking, like directing, producing, and cinematographer. But I super love producing as well because I really love challenger. If I know the challenger is not like that much good.
Yeah.
It can feel nervous, and you always feel a lot of pressure.
Of course, yeah.
But if you can, overcome the thing, you can proud of yourself. You can do it, and you can feel, oh, I did it.
But the thing is, so with this one, I can use this as an example. Really, I know you didn't direct it, but this is your film. But firstly, how did you find the director? And secondly, how can you make sure the director brings to life the vision that you have? Because you have a certain vision for this film, but how can you trust that Lin Kenzo will bring that vision to? Because you could direct it, couldn't you? But how can you make sure that they will be doing what you want them to be? How they will do what you want them to do, because you want it to look a very specific way.
I cooperate with my director Kenzo for a couple films. I feel.
Are you there on set all the time?
It's not all the time.
Well, I don't mean you're not breathing down his neck, but are you there? A lot of the time.
We cooperate like couple times. And we feel, we feel comfortable, like we love same kind of film, and we cooperate really happy. In the I also know what's the way she did the film. If I'm a big producer or cinematographer, you should just, trust the director you choose.
Yeah.
And then you can make the film. And I think the cooperation is so great. It's the really important thing about filmmaking. you get a really good collaboration in your film, you can get a really good film. I trust my director, and she did a great job.
Oh yeah, it looks amazing. It does look amazing.
Thank
So
you.
what are you working on right now? More short films?
Right now,
After this, I should say. Sorry, after this film.
yeah. I also work on short film, but in my future, I want to be like feature films producer.
Yeah.
Because I feel I need to improve myself a lot. So I chose to go the university to be. I chose a graduate program, and in Chapman University, I studied there for producing.
Yeah.
And I feel really valuable because I met a lot of professional filmmakers in industry, and I learned a lot from them.
And why, if you don't mind me asking, I assume you could have done a film program in China or Hong Kong, but why America?
I feel the American has a really strong system to create a film. Like everybody did their own job, and everybody have their own breakdown, and everybody just professional. I want to learn the way really professional, and then I can do the film I like it, and I didn't waste the money and the time. That is what I need.
Right.
So that's why I study there. So I can see if I want to do that in the future. I have a really good foundation, so that's why I study there.
Brilliant. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so
That's
much.
absolutely
Thank
wonderful.
you.
You're absolutely